Cosmos! Hello ladies and gentlemen of the internet, it's RJ, and today we'll be taking a look at the Bandai Ultra Heroes 500 series Ultraman Cosmos Eclipse. Starting with articulation, it's the same as usual. So we have swivels at the shoulders. No big deal, but he can windmill. Kind of a midsection swivel, but it's really awkward because that's how torsos work. Help. Moving on to detail, Cosmos here holds the prestigious award of being the last Ultra-500 Ultraman to not look like absolute blazing cancer. We have the golden detailing here on the chest, also some gold around the color timer, which I quite like. The vinyl used for the body is red, while the lower body is blue. I don't know why. But obviously the red here is painted. There's some weird cutoff right here. I don't know why they couldn't just finish painting these two patterns. They did it up here. This is where they drew the line. Any longer at the factory and they would have missed their child's baseball game or missed their crab hunting expedition or whatever the fuck else the Japanese do. Silver on the head is kind of standard at this point. Cream colored eyes, there's a little bit of spillage, but it's a small figure. You shouldn't be able to notice unless you're looking for it. Much like Ultraman Orb, he's got this weird strip on his forehead that doesn't really do anything aside from just look pretty. Some golden rings in the ears. It's on both of them, I swear. The red paint on the forearms, for whatever reason, looks a little bit darker than the torso, but it really depends on the lighting that you display them in, so it shouldn't be that much of a problem. And in closing, Bandai, please paint your figures, I'm begging you. Why would you do this to me? For scaling, it's just more of the same. He's actually a little bit taller than these two, though. Even with Saga's antlers, he still edges him out. X, I guess because he has the poorly painted X slugger on his forehead, he kind of out-edges Cosmos, but they look to be about the same height, actually. These two are not the same scale, but in case you don't have either of these two, this figure sucks, I hope you don't have this one, and here's something for the rest of you. Moving on to packaging, we have his tag, and it's actually a little bit different than the rest of the series. Instead of being an oval, it's just kind of a rounded off square. Here we have a picture of the suit. He is grasping for help because Bandai did not paint his back. 33, I'm just going to take an educated guess and assume he is the 33rd release in this line. Here you have the live sign readers. That gimmick didn't last very long. Can't say I miss it though. We have some moon runes on the tag. Tried and true ST, and when you open it up, much like my hopes and dreams, there's nothing left. So overall, much like being one of the only redeeming factors from the movie this figure was released to coincide with, this is a shining example of how to do a budget figure right. The front is painted fully. You can skimp on paint on the back. I don't think anyone's going to care as long as it looks fine from the front. Articulation is standard. Sculpt is actually very nice, and it's cheap. So you can get it for your child. If you're a serious collector, you have something pretty to look at. And if you're a fan of the character, you have a representation of his final form. So overall, good shit. More of this, less of this.